SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, in this video today, I want to discuss Boost Mobile, kind of the way things are going, and what we can expect moving forward. So, the way I want to start this is by saying, Dish, EchoStar, Boost Mobile, they're trying to do what I think is almost impossible. It's pretty amazing that they're actually able to build and operate a network within such a short time frame, so I want to give them credit and props for doing that much. I think their network is actually really good. And it's impressive how quickly they actually built it. Would I like to see more of it in more places? Of course. But I think their roaming agreement with AT&T is solid. And, you know, when it comes to the network access, they can give it to customers. That's not really the problem. Where the company is having trouble is adding customers. They don't seem to be nailing the retail piece. And, you know, there's ways to order Boost Mobile service. You can go into a store. You can order it through Amazon. You can get SIM cards. You can activate on the website via eSIM. There's all these different ways to get Boost Mobile service. But it's just not something that they've been able to hit yet. You know, they don't really have a strategy for the growth part that's really worked up to this point. You've had some executives that have been coming and going. It's been kind of like a revolving door. And, you know, they started with 8 million customers. They're now below 7 million customers after some ACP losses. You know, and according to analysts, they're supposed to start growing now. They're supposed to start adding customers. But the hard thing that Boost Mobile has been facing, and they've been really battling this, is just cost of operations. It's expensive for them to operate because they don't scale as big as T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. If you look at T-Mobile, what made them successful since the merger is the ability to scale larger, right? And that's what's allowed them to become more financially successful, whether it's by revenues or free cash flows or however much, you know, however the metric might be. And Dishes, they're scrappy and tough, and Boost Mobile and all that. I get it, but it's just really hard. If you look at how hard Verizon had to compete with promotions in Q4 recently, just to put a dent into AT&T's growth, who basically gives like iPhones away for free to anybody on any plan, right? Think about the upfront cost of giving people $1,000 iPhones. Boost Mobile has to do that stuff too, and it is expensive, and they don't have money. You remember last year, MoffettNathanson, all these analysts were talking about how they were going bankrupt, and they were going to run out of funding, and they don't make money, and all that's true. None of that was false. Maybe the prediction that they'd go bankrupt was a miss, but the financial stress, oh, that's real. And it's not getting easier. Now, so you got AT&T super competitive. You got T-Mobile, they're competitive. Verizon has become ultra competitive. Where's Boost Mobile's place in all this? You have reputable brands who are household names that everybody knows, sell service, and are reliable, and have the notoriety and the cachet and the marketing and the teams, and Boost Mobile doesn't have that. So they've got this network, and they can't put people on it. They can't sell it because people aren't looking their way. Nothing's really hit up to this point. So I'm reading this article from Mike Dano in Light Reading, and he's got quotes from MoffettNathanson, spiraling toward bankruptcy, and he's got quotes from Roger Etner, friend of the channel. You know, persistence is a quality that's terrific. Build it and they will come is not enough in wireless. You know, in terms of the strategy that Boost said, you know, we'll build it and all of a sudden we'll have 30, 40 million customers. Come on. You know how hard that is to do? Now, if you peel back the losses from ACP, according to analysts, they would have had a positive quarter. So that would mean this quarter that they're reporting, which I think the first week of March or something, then we'll learn something positive. And that could be the moment for them to kind of turn the corner. But what they're trying to do is really challenging. What they're trying to do is really hard. And, you know, the persistence and the toughness and the scrappiness, all that is respectable, you know. And you know, they're selling services cheap as they can. They got $25 plans. They got a $60 plan with a free iPhone or a free Galaxy. You know, they got all these things, and they're just finding it really, really hard. So we're going to have this earnings conference from EchoStar, Dish Wireless, Boost Mobile in the next few weeks, and we should see growth. If we don't, well, I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. You know, if the analysts are saying you're supposed to turn the corner and you don't, I mean, then now you're just in trouble because nobody expected it before. Now there's an expectation of growth. So I wanted to give you guys this update, kind of see what the vibe was out there for Boost Mobile. And what do you guys think about Boost Mobile? What do you think of the brand? What do you think of the service? What do you think of the phone deals, the promotions? It's really, really tough for them out here. I think they're competitive. It's just they ain't hitting. They're not hitting like T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. And that's the bottom line. Anyways, what do you guys think? What's the outcome for them? What kind of a year are they going to have? What kind of quarter are they going to have? What do you think of their prospects are in the future? Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you all in the next video.